Speaking of doing a little shopping, the Marlins are going to be in the market for a new manager. Not shockingly, Don Mattingly said that he and the team have decided to part ways. Um, how did you find out? Did he pull you into the office because you have been one of the longest, if not the longest tenured Marlin, or was it an announcement he made in the clubhouse? How did that go down?
Yeah, he was in the clubhouse. He actually, like as class as Donnie is, and his Donnie has been his whole career, and I mean the whole time that he's been here with the organization with the Marlins. He actually pulled the coaches aside first, let them know before the news hit the media. Let them know that he wasn't gonna be coming back next year. He decided with the organization that he was just gonna step away, and it's time for a new voice. That's actually how he referred it to us in the clubhouse. Then he came to the clubhouse, pull everybody together, and actually let us know before the news went out there, and let us know that he wasn't gonna come back, but he's still gonna be with us the rest of the season. And I mean the last 2 weeks of the season that we're gonna have with him, it's gonna be actually an opportunity for us to actually say thank you to Donnie through the game of baseball and playing the game the right way and go on the field and play hard. He's been so happy with the effort this year. Like when we got to spring training, especially this year with the team that we put together and the expectations that the team have after a couple really tough years, after especially 21. We thought that we have an opportunity to do something special together here, in 2022. So he mentioned something like, yeah, sometimes it's not that you just want it. You gotta go out there and perform. And you guys have been like really good putting the effort and doing the things that you guys have to do. But sometimes we gotta count on the luck too. Guys staying on the field, staying healthy. Like a lot of things happen this year that didn't let us accomplish what we want to get. And I mean, Donny thinks that it's time for him to step out and actually give the organization a chance to find a new voice and get a new guy for next year and the future.
Personally, how sad were you when you heard those words?
Yeah, pretty sad because you know that I mean someday it's gonna end, but for those of you that don't know, I received an opportunity with Donnie being a manager with the Dodgers, and even before that, in 2013, I got invited to this camp that they do in LA. They call it a rookie camp day, rookie camp week or something like that. And I went to LA and I got to meet Donnie for the first time in a dinner. And I actually like started my relationship with him over there, because he told me, hey, they told me that you can pick it. And since that day on, I feel like that was my label, like getting to know him, that I can feel my position and I can play shortstop. But then I actually wanted to show him that I was more than that. I was more than just a shortstop that can play defense. I wanted to prove my value, that I can play and that I can actually potentially be an everyday shortstop. And I mean, he never closed the doors on me. And for me, it's really special. And it was kind of a sad moment, but it's not. I'm not gonna feel it until kind of the last day of the season when I actually giving a hug and tell him how much appreciation I have for him and for his family and for just for him to actually believe in me and never close the doors on a kid be the best that he can be and improve from the year before. That takes Donnie, I mean, pieces of advice as big as my father and my mother, and that's why I call Donnie that he's my father in baseball, because he's always been there for me, and not just on the field but off the field as well, because he always have my back even in the bad situations.
It's nice to hear. Really is. It's more than just like boss employee relationship.
Yeah,
That's really cool. And that's what the sport is all about. Um, I wish him well. I've always loved covering Donnie. He's just been
same.
there's very few. It's interesting, Miggy. there are not a lot of stars that become managers in this sport.
Mm-hmm.
Just not. I mean, Joe Torre was a really good player. I think he was a 9-time All-Star, former league MVP.
Right.
But he certainly, even the way they covered the sport when he was playing in the 60s and early 70s, he didn't have the gravitas that Don Mattingly did. I mean, Don Mattingly was the guy on everybody's wall in the
Mm-hmm.
80s. Everybody loved Don Mattingly. The sweet stash, the way he could pick it at first, that batting stance that he had, and he freaking played for the Yankees. Like, he might be the last star we ever see manage in this sport.
Yeah, and that's the kind of relationship that you get with a guy like him. Sometimes you forget the kind of player that he was when you see him there in the bench and you see him managing. I mean, we're playing for a superstar, for one of the best of his generation, and we can't take that for granted. That's why all the guys that we have in over the years with the Marlins, they need to be feeling blessed that they play for Don Mattingly. They get to know Donnie. They got to actually experience flights and post champagne showers when we play in the playoff in 2020, and rookie dress ups, and all of that is part of what like what is special about like having a relationship with Donnie, being in front of all of that. All the rookies that came to the organization, all the veterans that play for him, Ichiro, Giancarlo, Jelly, all of those guys, and top of that with Donnie is the kind of relationship that you see when you have a guy right next to you for the last 8 years. It's gonna be hard not having him going forward.
Let's get this out of the way right now. Then you're not going to be the next manager, are you?
No, not yet, not yet. I need to play. I feel fine, man. I feel like I'm 33 and I'm playing shortstop every day, and I feel great. And I feel like I want to play at least 3 or 4 more years.